this is the stuff I'm gonna use. As you can see here, I got a Comandante grinder, which I really love. It has a good quality and is very quick in grinding. My coffee is just something from my local dealer. We got our own roaster at home, and whatever you need, it won't be this coffee, so don't think too much about that. A very cheap digital scale I bought on Amazon for 10 euro or something. Then I prefer full cream milk, 3.8% fat, just a simple cup. It's not a cappuccino cup, as you can see. Small pitcher. So the main topic of this video is the use of the Bellman. I want to talk about that for a moment. If you think about real espresso, don't think of a Bellman, because the maximum pressure it provides is 7 bar, and I think that's close to explosion. Though there is a valve here in the handle which will prevent you from being damaged. As you can see, the green color, which is recommended for the use, and the yellow is usable of course too, is between 1 and 2 bar. And this being said, you can't expect real espresso at that pressure. So when I do latte art with my Bellman and I think about good coffee, I think about drinkable coffee, meaning the taste is good. For me, the Bellman is the perfect solution for a camping environment. At home I got a decent Profitec portafilter machine, but here in a camper I can do my coffee without any problems, and I think it's a good balance between what I need to take with me and the result I get. You will see that later on. And I like the taste of the coffee, by the way. You see that I preheat the water in a regular pot and then I fill it into the Bellman. The reason is, if the coffee grind is in the heat of the Bellman for a longer period, it will damage the grind, and so the taste will be worse. So if you follow my instruction, pre-boil the water, fill it into the Bellman, and then you only have a very short period between starting the Bellman and getting your coffee. The Comandante gives you the possibility of dialing in the grinder, and I, with my coffee, which I bought at my local roaster, dialed it in at 14 clicks. Whatever you do, you have to find out how coarse or fine you want your coffee. And with my coffee, I use between 19 and 20 gram for the shot. 20.3, that's beautiful. Grinding with the Comandante is really easy and quick. Before I bought this one for a lot of money, I used a very cheap China grinder, but that took minutes, and this is very quick. It takes me between 45 and 50 seconds to grind. I fill the Bellman up to the valve. There's a scale on the inside, but I don't care much about it. The only thing you have to be aware of is that you don't cover the security valve inside. And here I'm safe. Maybe you can see it on the video. Inside the valve of the steam wand is the place I usually aim for. Preparing the Bellman is really easy. You just close this valve before you put it on. And the screw, that's somewhere. Okay, I got it. And the position of this is really not important, but usually I tend to put it a bit to the left, so I got more space here when I do the frothing of the milk. You need to read the instructions for the Bellman, but I just tell you now, close this carefully, make sure the steam wand is closed and this is closed at the beginning, and then you heat the Bellman up. Okay, now the pressure is rising from 1 to 2 bar, and that's the moment when I start doing the pre-infusion. And I do it by taking the cup under the spout, and I open it slowly until the first sip of coffee comes out of the spout. Then I wait for 5 to 7 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds later, and this is the tricky part. You don't just open the valve. If you are too rough with that, it will splash all over you. You have to be very careful, very slowly, and you need to readjust. So there's a slow stream of coffee coming out. As you can see, the crema is not really wonderful, it's just okay, but there's some crema building up. Well, this is not an instructional video on latte art in general and on frothing milk. I don't go deep into that, but I usually fill the milk up to the spout, to the beginning of the spout here, and so you got plenty of space when you come to steaming it up. For frothing the milk, you need to get rid of the condensed water in the steam wand, like at a big portafilter machine, and then you start frothing the milk, and that's really easy. And there's many instructional videos about that, so I don't talk too much about that. But one hint I can give you, if you're not an advanced barista, this is a good tool to learn it, because you got plenty of time in this rolling part of the frothing. The milk we want, it's got the texture of a wet varnish, and with this milk you can do latte art if you're able to do so.